Commander Stellan Rook stared at the transmission log, his jaw tight. Colony Pershing hadn't responded to 7 consecutive check-ins. 23,000 souls, silent. "How long to the jump point?" he asked. Lieutenant Cale Marwick checked his console. 18 hours, sir. But Pershing's at the edge of mapped space. If something took them out, then we need to know what. Stellan's voice carried the weight of a man who'd lost too many people to unknowns. "Get me Admiral Rennick." The hologram flickered to life. Admiral August Rennick, silver-haired and granite-jawed. "Commander, I'm authorizing full military response. The Prometheus, Acheron, and Valiant will accompany you. If this is first contact gone wrong, we end it decisively." The fleet emerged from hyperspace to a nightmare. Pershing Colony was still there, but wrong. Massive fungal structures, purple and luminescent, had erupted through habdomes like obscene flowers. The entire settlement looked diseased, overgrown with pulsating mycelia that webbed between buildings. "Sir, I'm detecting movement. Thousands of heat signatures. Not human." Through the view screen, they emerged from the spore clouds, bipedal figures 8 feet tall, bodies composed of interwoven fungal threads. Where faces should be, only smooth caps with bioluminescent patterns that shifted like alien thought. "Weapons hot," Stellan ordered. "Prepare landing teams, full hazmat protocols." Captain Bram Sunder, commanding the Marine complement, appeared on comms. "Sir, recommend we glass the site from orbit. Whatever that is. Negative. If there are survivors, we extract them first." What they found planetside was worse than death. The colonists had been converted, not killed, transformed. Their bodies served as substrate for the fungal growth, faces frozen in expressions of terror, mycelia threading through eye sockets and open mouths. They still moved, shambling, purposeless, nothing human remaining inside. Specialist Rowan Ashford vomited inside his helmet. "God, they're still alive in there. They have to be." "No," said Dr. Oren Hallow, the fleet's xenobiologist, examining a sample through his suit scanner. "The neural tissue is completely replaced. These are corpse puppets. The fungus is learning from them, absorbing knowledge." A new horror dawned on Stellan. How to build, how to speak, how to become us. As if in response, the fungal entities attacked. They moved with terrifying speed, bodies extending pseudopods that lashed like whips. One Marine, Corporal Jax Brennan, screamed as fungal tendrils punctured his suit, invasive spores flooding his bloodstream. "Fall back," Bram roared. "Incendiaries, burn them." The fungal entities recoiled from flame, their bodies withering, releasing clouds of spores that drifted on the wind. Thousands of potential colony ships, each microscopic invader capable of consuming an entire world. "They're not just a species," Oren said, horror in his voice. "They're a weapon, a von Neumann plague. Everything organic becomes them." Stellan made his decision. "All units, evacuate to ships. Admiral, prepare the planet for orbital bombardment." "Sir, there are 17 colonies within 50 light-years," August's voice crackled over comms. "If even one spore reaches any of them, then we hunt down every single one." Stellan's voice was iron. "But first, we make an example." The war that followed lasted 11 months. Humanity discovered the Mycosia, as xenobiologists named them, had seeded 17 worlds, each planet a factory, converting biomass into more of themselves, spores carried on stellar winds to neighboring systems. But the Mycosia had never encountered a species like humanity. Where other races fell to biological conversion, humans burned. The fleet deployed plasma weapons that turned entire continents into glass. They developed spore hunters, nanite swarms programmed to identify and destroy fungal cells at the molecular level. They weaponized the void itself, venting infected ships into hard vacuum and watching the Mycosia freeze and die in seconds. Captain Bram Sunder led the ground campaigns, scorched earth tactics that would have been war crimes against any thinking species. But the Mycosia weren't thinking, they were consuming. And humanity had learned long ago, you don't negotiate with a forest fire. The decisive battle came at Mycosia Prime, their origin world. It was a planet-sized fungal bloom, dense enough to have its own atmosphere of spores. The fleet arrived with a new weapon, the Cleanser Array. Dozens of satellites in orbital formation, each loaded with concentrated antibiotic compounds and radiation emitters calibrated to disrupt fungal cellular structures. This is humanity's answer, Admiral August said over open channels, broadcasting to any Mycosia that might comprehend. You made us into monsters. Now learn what monsters can do. The array fired. The planet screamed, not in sound, but in electromagnetic pulses, the death throes of a trillion organisms dying simultaneously. The fungal atmosphere boiled away. The mycelial networks that had woven through the crust withered to ash. In 6 hours, Mycosia Prime was sterilized. Commander Stellan Rook stood in the memorial garden on Unity Station, looking at 23,000 names carved in black stone. Colony Pershing, the first loss, not the last, but the one that mattered most. Specialist Rowan Ashford, now lieutenant, approached. Sir, the Senate's calling it genocide. Some are saying we went too far. Maybe we did, Stellan said quietly, but we're still here. Every human world, every child, every future we might have, still here. The Mycosia would have turned the galaxy into one giant fungus. Instead, they're extinct, and we're standing. That's very space orc of us, sir. Stellan smiled grimly. Rowan, in the galaxy's eyes, we've always been the monsters. We just proved it's better to be the monster that survives than the victim that's consumed. Behind them, the colony ships launched, humanity expanding again, growing, spreading, unstoppable. The galaxy learned an important lesson. Never threaten humanity's children. We remember, we adapt, and we show no mercy.